Hey, yo, dog, this video is for all people over 13. If you're 13 and under, come back when you over 13, or else I'm going to have to go Jedi up on you. This was the most difficult toy for me to rank in the rundown. It's Transbots that drags crap. I'll find out his third party name and put it in the number. I don't really know how to rank this because it's actually for X Transbots is well built. It's pretty well engineered. I mean, it's pretty well engineered, but it's like it doesn't have great paint. It looks kind of cartoony compared to the other ones that look real world. Like I think this is by far the weakest of the set so far, and it's not a bad toy. I know I'm ragging on it. It's not a bad toy. It's just like Breakdown was really good at a really cheap price. Wild Rider is one of the best painted displaying figures in my collection. Dead End was such a well-built toy. Dragstrip just seems like there's nothing unique about him in that regard. Like he doesn't do anything as good as any of the other toys, but he isn't a bad toy. So I mean, he's a good toy. I'm excited for the set. He's just like a kind of ho hum kind of figure. Next, we got Iron Factory's Run Amok and the Runabout. The Racing Brothers remold. I forget their third party names. I think that this is actually a better use of the mold than the actual side cycling Sunstreaker, the original Racing Brothers. It just come across as just okay. Iron Factory makes a great toy, and these toys are well built, well designed, but they just come across as they just don't wow you. I mean, they're good toys, they just don't wow me. So this is why they are what they are. To all my older Transformers collectors, the ones who've been collecting for a while, do you remember when we used to collect Generations and that was the shit? Like they had such great figures in Hasbro Generations line. And I think that we've gotten so far away from that we forget how great Generations was. And I bought this War for Cybertron, Hasbro Generations War for Cybertron Bumblebee this year. And it reminded me how great that time was, how great those figures were, how great collecting was, the main line back then. And this figure is very refreshing. It nailed the aesthetic. The transformation was fun, not too complicated, gave you an accessory, and it was built really well. And I think that, for all the Siege collectors, I think that it's good that they're getting back to that quality. I think Siege is the closest thing to Generations quality since Generations. But it was a long time of getting Titans Returns, Power of the Primes, just getting subpar figures. And when I look at this figure, it just reminds me of a better time for Hasbro, Takara, official mainline, whatever. And it was a great rendition on a great character from a great franchise, the game. I think War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, it rekindled my love for Transformers. And I'm glad that they did such a great representation of such an important character in the game. On the rundown, we got New Age Cosmos, or their UFO. I think that's his third part name. This is probably my second favorite New Age figure besides Bumblebee, and I think that this is the area New Age should play in. Figures that are scale smaller, like mini bots, Cosmos, stuff like that. I think that that's the lane New Age should be in because the size doesn't bother me with those. Cosmos is dumpy like he should be. Transformation is cool. It's a really good figure. It's probably, like I said, besides Bumblebee, is my second New Age figure. I have a bigger problem with New Age that if you've seen the other parts of my review, you know about. But this and all is a really well done figure. Cosmos or their UFO. Next up is KFC's King Gorilla, the 8-face. And let me say this. I'm not mad at this figure. I think I have the Snapdragon, and the Snapdragon is a step below this figure. Like the Snapdragon does not appear masterpiece at all. It feels like just a figure that's big, has some die cast. But this one doesn't have more paint, but it has more presence. It has more plastic breakup, and the colors that they did, the very little amount of paint that they did use, breaks it up really well. Now this figure could have been a knockout if it would have had a premium fit, if it would have had that finish to make it look premium, a la Fans Toys. But I'm not mad at this figure. This is a really well done figure. I think we're on number 24. Anyway, it's Make Toys Hardhead, and I really don't have that much to say about this. This is a dated release, even though I got it this year, but it's a very good job. It has translucent paints. It's a decent transformation. Real rubber tires. Make Toys really gave a damn about their product back then. I wish that Make Toys would get back to giving a damn and giving good products like this, because we need Make Toys to be good, so third party can be good, so Transformers can be good. We need people like Make Toys pushing the boundary, because without this, we wouldn't have the toys we have now with air crunches, butterflies, things of that nature. This was a time when third party was pushing the boundary, specifically Make Toys. And Make Toys, we need to get back to you guys pushing the boundary, making great toys. Number 24 is Make Toys Hardhead. I know you're probably wondering, darn, it's an upgrade kit on here? Yeah, it is. And why is the upgrade kit rated so high? I think I got this in the mid-20s, like 24, 25 range. And the reason is because if you watch my videos, you know last year, Peru Kill, Unique Toys Peru Kill was my the best transform I bought in 2018. And I said the biggest problem with this was the hands. Basically the hands, because of transformation, they have no articulation. And they just fold up and fold down, with very little articulation. So Mr. Buckets fits this with their upgrade kit. It came with a spark extractor, some swords, a gun, and I already was covering one of the hands with what Unique Toys gave, the hook accessory, but I also wanted something to hide the other hand, and this gun, I did a review on it. Go back and check out my page, my channel for the review, but this is what was needed that turned the already great figure into a spectacular figure. It hid the biggest weakness of the figure for me. So Mr. Bucket Peru Kill upgrade kit. It's number 24, 23. I forget. Mid-20s. Great job, guys. Buy this if you have this toy. Number 22 is Iron Factory's Jazz. Again, I forgot his third-party name. And this is more of a reflection on Iron Factory than it is anything else, because all their figures I have are at no lower than a B- to me. And he's running in the A-, B+ range. So, I mean, Iron Factory is just a company you can trust. He's another reflection on how they're a company you can trust. Just generally great. His paint, his articulation, everything is good all across the board. The biggest problem is tolerances. But again, this is a testament to the greatness of Iron Factory. Number 22 is Jazz. And sitting right outside the top 20 is Iron Factory's Drift. Look, we talked about Iron Factory several times on this rundown, and they just make a great figure. And look at the paint on this guy. Look at the blades, the metal blades on both sides. They just know how to present. And like I said, I think Iron Factory is the definition of legend scale, and Drift is no exception. Really good job as always, Iron Factory. I think that this Drift made me sell my MMC reformatted line and go legend scale with all my IDW stuff. I think it'll be worth it to show what my IDW Lost Light shelf looks like. And here is my IDW Legend Scale, my Lost Light IDW Legend Scale shelf. Cloyce, Swerve, Rung, Rewind, and Tailgate don't fit in. But outside of that, I'm proud of how this part of the collection is shaping up. I'm sure you see several figures we talked about in here. But this is a good little shelf. I like it. I like using Legend Scale for this. Number 20 is Iron Factory's Hound. Look, I've said Iron Factory's been on here several times already. They come with the goods. They know what they're doing. I don't need to question them. And this toy is no exception. It has the paint, it has the sculpt, it has a stylized look. So if you find with stylized looks, which is Iron Factory is known for, then you will be found with this figure. Number 20 again is just super solid release, consistently great product. Iron Factory Hound. Shout out to Iron Factory for doing a consistently great job.